some of the most isolated and dangerous places in the world. And I'm going to be staying in some. The first one being Trakui Hut, which looks more like a space station than a mountain hut. And the second one being a survival shelter called Bivak Dezen, which looks like an actual nuclear bunker.
The hike up to the first hut is the equivalent of walking to the top of the Empire State Building 4 times!
And even if we made it to the hut, we didn't know what to expect when we got there. You see, Trakui Hut is like a hotel on a mountain. So how much was it going to cost for a night? What kind of food do they serve? What would the sleeping arrangements be like? Let's find out.
Trakui, 4 hours, 45 minutes. Doing such a hike by myself will be stupid, so I was joined by my 2 friends, Ben and Harry, who are way more experienced than I am. The start of the hike was actually pretty easy, and the sun was out. It was just fantastic, but it did start to get much harder pretty quickly.
Dead man walking right now.
It was starting to hit home though, just how far we'd have to hike. But nonetheless, the spirits were still high.
And that's where we're going.
The scenery though was honestly breathtaking. Both metaphorically and literally.
You two in the back makes me laugh.
An hour into our Alright, we're an hour into our 5-hour trek. It's been pretty hard going so far, very hard going, and we're flagging pretty bad and we're running behind schedule. But other than that, it's been pretty nice.
I thought cows were purple in Switzerland.
Like the milker cow.
You seen the milk chocolate purple cow? Bonjour.
Me and the boys were flying though, and before we knew it, we were halfway up the climb.
And that down there is where we started.
However, we had a serious problem.
Oh, it looks even worse on camera. Looks like we're expecting rain, boys. That's where we're going, boys! Come on!
That's the view in front, and this is the view behind. We're being chased by storms. No, seriously, this could be pretty sketchy. At this point, Ben went ahead whilst me and Harry were doing some filming, and with the prospect of a pretty severe storm and weather being notoriously unpredictable at this altitude, me and Harry had to get a move on.
When you're out on these alpine walks, you rely on streams to fill your bottles up because you don't want to be carrying too much fluid. But when the stream's dry, no!
That's slender.
Uh-oh.
Yes! Water! Be saved!
You don't get views like this every day.